This is Kozue from Healing Sanctuary. 今回は
If you were raised by toxic parents, this video is for you. Let's talk about how to finally find peace and ease in your life, starting now.
このチャンネル
This
では
channel is here to support your journey to true happiness,
自分ももっ
the
と
kind
幸せ
that comes from deep within. If you're ready to bring more peace and joy into your life, and share that light with your loved ones and the world around you, subscribe and join our Healing Sanctuary family.
What exactly is a toxic parent? I'd never really thought about it before, so it doesn't really click for me. What are the typical traits of a toxic parent?
Toxic parents tend to have the following traits: excessively controlling their child's behavior,
感情的に
emotionally abusive, such as denying personality or appearance, refusing to accept opinions, excessive expectations, guilt, changing attitudes,
身体的な
physical abuse, such as hitting, pinching, or even causing burns, confining, and sexual
ということ
abuse.
もあります。
Neglect, not giving emotional support, or even just ignoring the child, not feeding them, not helping with washing, or not changing their clothes.
ヤングケアラーっていう
Young carers relying on the child for all household tasks and emotional support.
他にも
Over-involvement or overprotection that hinders the child's independence. It occurs takes away children's power.
そして親が
Forcing their own values onto their children without respecting the child's will. Does any of this sound familiar to you?
Some of those sound familiar. But these are childhood experiences, right?
はいはい
Why do we still get affected by them even after becoming adults, sometimes without even realizing it?
でまさにそれが
That's exactly where something called the inner child comes into play, my area of expertise. Under such circumstances, many of us suppress what we want to say or feel. We didn't get the love we needed. Instead, we were given conditional love and had values forced on us. As a result, we carry a wounded inner child.
が大人になった時に
That inner pain can show up in adulthood in ways like low self-esteem, ongoing struggles in relationships, a pattern of repeated failures or conflict, feeling trapped in codependent dynamics, perfectionism and expecting the same from others, difficulty understanding or managing emotions. And those repressed emotions can even lead to physical symptoms like chronic fatigue, headaches, or insomnia.
That sounds exactly like me. Can you share how to deal with all this and live more freely even after growing up in a toxic environment?
わかりました。
Absolutely. Many people I've supported have freed themselves from these chains and found real happiness. If you're watching and thinking, this sounds just like me, don't worry, you're not alone. Now, let's talk about how to start healing.
まず
The
私がね
first thing I want you to know is this:
最初から
no one becomes a toxic parent on purpose from the start.
本当にもしかして
Maybe
ね
some of you have experienced serious trauma. Your life felt threatened, your self-worth was constantly diminished, or you were never praised or recognized.
そういった本当に
These
苦
are
しい
truly painful and heartbreaking experiences.
やはり
Still, try to imagine this. Your parents weren't born as toxic parents.
私たちは
We are
誰も
all
が
born with a divine, radiant spirit.
両親もそう
That
です
includes your parents. But your parents' parents, and their parents, also carried pain, wounds, and unresolved grief.
しまったんですよね
These layers have been passed down and eventually clouded your parents' original, shining souls. Please try to understand that. And extend that same compassion to yourself.
なので
So, what can we do? We can begin by forgiving ourselves.
怒
For
らせる自分
example,
が悪い
maybe you've been blaming yourself. I was a bad kid because I couldn't do things right. It was my fault. They got mad. Why didn't I say something to my parents back then? But I want you to forgive that younger version of yourself.
あなたは
You
あなた
did your best in your own way. So first, forgive yourself. Then, give yourself love. And if you're able, try forgiving your parents too.
お話の
Some
中で
people
ですね
say, you don't have to forgive them. But remember, your parents' DNA lives within you. They are part of your very existence. So forgiving them is really the same as forgiving yourself. You can't separate the two. Even if you can't forgive them now, show compassion to that version of yourself who isn't ready yet. If you're thinking, I just can't forgive them right now, then give that feeling your kindness. The perfect parents for our soul's journey. What if your soul chose your parents so you could fulfill your life's mission? Think about that. What if these were the only parents who could help you grow in the ways you needed to? What have you learned through them?
I feel like forgiveness might be a key. This helped me realize that forgiving myself and others might be something I've needed. It kind of makes sense to me now.
That's beautiful. Deep down, everyone already knows this truth. So please ask your inner self, what realizations are waiting there? Don't worry about whether your answers are right or wrong. Just remember, you chose your parents for a reason. And when we forgive our parents, we're not doing it for them. We're doing it for ourselves. We forgive so we can be free. Because even if they're not physically around anymore, or have passed away, that emotional chain still connects us. The things they said or did, the beliefs we formed in response. I'm not worthy. I have to be useful or successful to be accepted. We carry those beliefs and live by them. Forgiveness is how we break those invisible chains. And once you truly forgive your parents, you'll feel a deep freedom to live your own life, no matter your age. One of the women I supported was 78 years old. Even at that age, she said, I want to live my own life. She began her journey of healing her inner child. Forgiving herself, forgiving her parents, and rediscovering what love truly feels like. That's when her life really began. And no matter how long it takes, it's worth more than any social status, recognition, or praise.
I think a lot of people might find it hard to act on this right away. Is that okay?
Yes, it is. But I want you to notice something. All this time, maybe you've just been hurting yourself. You've been feeling like you should do better. Why are you always like this? You're not good enough yet. Perhaps that's exactly how your parents spoke to or treated you. And now you're doing it to yourself. That's all I want you to notice. I'm not saying you have to forgive now. Just recognize how you've been hurting yourself all this time. Do you ever beat yourself up and call yourself names, like idiot or even worse? You're not alone. So many adults do this without even realizing it.
I didn't know that.
Have you noticed? If so, what do you do? What can you do in this situation?
I honestly don't think I would realize this unless I was told, and I think it would be difficult for me to forgive my parents and myself right away. But I think I can start now to prepare myself to forgive.
When?
What?
When will it start? It can be now. What would you do if you saw someone hitting a child and calling them names? Would you just let it happen?
I want to help them, Dot.
Exactly. Help yourself. Every single person has kindness within them. Kids raised by toxic parents tried their hardest to please them. To get praised, or at least not get scolded. That was pure, innocent love. But somewhere along the way, the harsh parent figure took up space inside of you, and now it's hurting you instead. You said you're preparing to forgive. But didn't you just say you wanted to help that child right now? Then you can start right now. Healing the inner child works on a subconscious level. So when you notice yourself being harsh, recognize that you're hurting your inner child. First, stop it. Then, take a deep breath. Can you do that? Just one breath. That brings the present, compassionate adult version of you into awareness. One breath, then maybe 3. And say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Not aloud, but speak to your subconscious. If possible, say, I won't bully you anymore. I'm here for you. One deep breath. I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. Let's start from here. To everyone watching this video, why not start with that? Realize how you've been hurting yourself all this time.
他の誰
Not
で
your
もなく自分
parents,
自身
not
が
anyone else, but your adult self. Say, I'm sorry, and thank you for telling me. Forgive the inner child who's done their best until now, in your own timing. You can do it. You are filled with kindness and love. You just need to direct that kindness toward yourself. There are no truly toxic parents, only people who were never taught how to love. When you forgive yourself, you can forgive your parents, and that forgiveness can heal your entire family line. What happens then? Your life begins to shine. Wouldn't you like to live that kind of future?
Yes, I want to start embracing that future from now on.
That choice is yours. This isn't a flashy process. You won't get praise or recognition for it. But this quiet, subtle work will bring you the deepest happiness and confidence. Our subconscious, our invisible inner world, affects our everyday lives. And I want you to remember,
今
even
皆
if
さん
you
がこ
can't
の時
forgive
点
today, you are already a being of love. You are enough simply because you exist. Keep that close to your heart. The time and attention you give yourself will bear fruit. Let go of the chains of toxic parenthood and live your happiest life now. Let's warm up that happiness together.
今日の
If this
動画をご
video
覧
helped you or sparked something inside you, please leave a comment. Anything you felt or tried is welcome. I'll continue sharing insights that help you find genuine happiness. See you in the next video. And now, go out and enjoy your day.
いってらっしゃい